8 years later, CAR T therapy is actively changing the future of cancer care. But how is Emily Whitehead doing today? Well, 16-year-old Emily Whitehead and her dad Tom are joining us now via Zoom. Welcome back to the show, you two.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's great to be back.
Emily, you're all grown up. You're a lovely, lovely young lady now. I want to hear from you. How are you doing now? How are you feeling?
I'm doing great. I just turned 16 on May 2nd, and I have been driving. I just got my learner's permit. I'm finishing up my sophomore year of high school, and overall, I'm doing so fantastic. Yeah.
Well, you are a remarkable woman, a fighter, and continued success to you.
Thank you.
And last time we spoke, Emily was 1 year into remission. So tell us, how is Emily's health doing now?
Well, on May 10th, she became 9 years cancer-free, and we're approaching 9 years since she spent a night in the hospital. So to a parent, that's what a cure looks like.
You don't know how glad we are to hear that. I mean, I'm getting misty-eyed as a parent. You tried all of the known conventional treatments and they didn't work, and you continued to get bad news, and then just based on your own research and due diligence, you found Children's Hospital of Philadelphia and you found CAR T cell therapy. So how was Emily doing when you transferred her to the hospital? I mean, how was her health? How was her status? And how did she respond to the CAR T cell therapy?
Yeah, so she was in dire straits when we actually transferred her down to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. At one point, we were told she was about 48 hours from organ failure, which was pretty tough. But
I can only imagine.
We stayed positive that whole time. And I told Emily, you know, if I have to crawl to the North Pole to find a treatment for you, we're going to get you better. So when we went down there and entered her into the trial, it really made us feel better. The first talk we ever had with Dr. Stephen Grupp, who became her pediatric oncologist, and they extracted her T cells not long after we arrived at the hospital. And then she had to stay in isolation in her hospital room for 6 weeks because she had no immune system at all while they grew those cells. So then what we didn't realize was after her initial treatment, it was the toughest time she had throughout the entire treatment. So she got the T cells over 3 days on April 17th, 18th, and 19th of 12. And then she went in, she had respiratory problems, blood pressure problems, and they ended up inducing a coma because of cytokine release syndrome happened in her because she had over 3 pounds of her body weight was cancer cells. So when she went into that coma, that was really a tough time, and her lungs failed, and the ventilator was breathing for her for 14 days. And we just stayed positive, and we did say a lot of prayers and asked people to pray for her. And, you know, she woke up then on her 7th birthday. The doctors worked around the clock to figure out a way to treat the cytokine release syndrome, which is now FDA approved in these CAR T patients. They gave her a medicine that had never been used on a cancer patient before, but it saved her life. And she was cancer-free 23 days after that first dose of cells. And after the 14-day coma, she actually woke up and came back to us on her 7th birthday.
Wow. I know you were hopeful when you went into the trial, but did you or the doctors expect that type of response to the treatment?
No. We got to a point where Dr. Berg is in charge of the intensive care unit, told me there's a 1 in 1,000 chance that your daughter's alive when the sun comes up tomorrow. And I said, I'll see you at rounds tomorrow. She'll still be here. And then she was. So I posted at that time that I feel that I'm witnessing a miracle.